We want another washer for the other side of the top link on the drainer because the pin was bent. This one, if you look, really damaged. Anyway, it fits through that, but we're using a slightly thicker pin and it won't go through. So we've got this handy thing, peanut grinder, and just making the holes a bit bigger. Did it to this one yesterday. Yep. 936 filling up with diesel. Don't even want to know how much is going in it because at the moment it's about £1.10 a litre, 120. For some strange reason, diesel at the fuel pumps, sort of your garages, your forecourts, has gone up maybe 30 pence, 40 pence. Our fuel's gone up 60, 70 pence. Why? Doesn't add up at all. All we can think is it's people basically stocking up with red before they can't buy it anymore. So like construction industries and other industries that are going to get stopped from using it. There's the environment agency. There's the police. Hopefully they're going to tell them to do their job or arrest them. So the police are looking for a stolen car because the tracker was disconnected, the power supply was disconnected here at 11:59 last night. So we're going to see if we can find it on the cameras. This is a wheat stubble that we didn't get a chance to put a cover crop in. Anyway, it's going to be beans, spring beans, so we'll be sowing them in the next week or so. So I'm just spraying off the grass weeds now. Just got a big pile of muck over there. I'm going to spread that on it, but if we spread the muck on now, see these little bits of grass down there, they would get buried by the muck and we won't be able to kill it very well. That's where we played with the plough. I think I'm going to spray that off as well. That is where the sunflower maize was, where we combine it, so I'll spray the weeds off within that. I think that's going to be beans this year, and the sunflower maize is just going to be one field, I think, because, well, we need to grow food. I don't know whether you can see. You probably can't actually, but the BOOMS doing that. So I don't know why. There's obviously some sort of setting maybe up here I've knocked or got wrong, or a sensor playing up, but it's like nodding. So just rung Bateman anyway, and the guy that's the expert on him's ringing me back in 2 minutes, so we'll see what he says to do. This is where one of the paths was from the sunflower maize. You can see it's like green. There's another one going off up there, and there's some here. I don't know whether that is because it's the footprints disturbing the soil, encouraging the grass to grow, or it got the light in, or a mixture of both, but it's interesting to see sort of the trails around. Whereas the sunflowers had a pre-emergence spray, so nothing's disturbed the soil, so nothing wants to grow, if you will. It's got that sort of protective barrier on it. Anyway, this will get flailed and probably ploughed under, to be honest, to get rid of the weed burden if it's going to go into sunflowers again. But it's still to be announced. It might be beans, and that one will be the sunflowers. This was sunflowers last year, and that was sweet corn. We'll go and look at that in a minute. But look at this. So this is what we call volunteer oilseed rape. So this has grown up in the sunflowers last year and sort of seeded and then grown again. There's a few bare patches, so like here there's not a lot, but most of the field has plants all over it. Quite sparse, but they are all over it. We reckon we need 4 per square metre, which we've probably nearly got here. They are a bit chewed, obviously, but they're still quite big, healthy plants. When I come to edit the video, one of the clips hadn't recorded properly, so that oilseed rape, we're going to try it. We're going to try and leave it. We're going to spray off the bit that's got nothing growing in it and try and leave the middle and see what kind of crop we get out of it, because even if it only does a tonne to the acre, at £700 a tonne, that's pretty good considering we've not had to drill the crop or buy any seed or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. So we're going to go and have a look now where the sweet corn was. So there's no oilseed rape growing over here at all, probably because of the whatever spray we put down when we planted the sweet corn to stop weeds growing in that. But there's some of them, so the pigeons have been eating them. What we'll do with this now, I'm going to spray some of these grass weeds off in the middle, and then we'll come on and we'll flail it, and it'll smash some of this up a bit better, and then hopefully then it'll start getting a bit more eaten and it'll thin itself out, and then we'll drill beans into it. I don't want it blocking the drill, so that's why we're going to flail it, because it'll The disc drill would be all right, but some of the stalks are quite tough and I don't know whether it'll cut through, but we might drill it with the Claydon. So saying that though, the Claydon does like it stuck to the floor. I just feel like it needs shredding up though, so that the birds make the most of the cobs. I don't know, I'll spray it off and then I'll decide. This is the field across the road from the yard that we sowed some winter barley seed that we had left, and then the rain come far worse than we expected. Anyway, that is about all of it that's grown. Everything else, this is untrafficked by the hedge, so nothing's ever driven it. Anywhere where it's had any sort of traffic or whatever, it's just rained so heavily after we drilled it, it's sort of capped off, rotted the seed. There's nothing here, just a few grass weeds and different things. So quick wipe over now with glyphosate, and then we will sow this now with spring barley. If the weather had done what it said it was going to do, we would have had 7 dry days and it should have been growing and up, but it didn't. The weather changed like that, and yeah, we've wasted the seed. The muck spreader's decided it's not working, so I'm just making a base to stand on with the digger so that we can then see what's in it and dig it out with the grab. Put it in the dump trailer, see if there's anything in the bottom that could be jamming it. If not, we don't know what's going on. Might be a valve gone. I don't know whether there's something gone in the gearbox, so we're just going to take an inspection plate off and have a look. Because it's still not driving. Going to take this plate off, see what's in there. I like the boxes, look at that. Nice little wrap delivery. No eyes. Oh yeah, gloves.
I'll have them.
Grease nipples. Hydraulic fitting.
Did you only just want hydraulic fitting?
Just make the order up to get free delivery. 50 gear boxes for muck spreaders.
We could probably.
Oh, it's all light bulbs. Packs of 10 light bulbs, loads of them. Turns out there's nothing in it why it's jamming, but that teeth there has sheared. So as you know, this spreader isn't very old and it's not really done a lot. So there must have been some sort of flaw in that tooth, and that's why it's given up inside that gearbox. So anyway, there's one on the way, so hopefully they'll might even sort it on warranty as well, which would be good. Quickly do today's birthday bumper while I'm by the sprayer. Happy birthday if you're on there, and if you're not, happy birthday. There's a quiz question for you. On the John Deere, why are them bolts slack? If you think you know, leave a comment below. Also, this morning when I was having my breakfast, I got some spare change and I made this. And so just look at this sort of the stats. So the first sort of graph is what stuff used to cost and what it's going to cost now, including the price of wheat. So have a look at this. It's quite frightening really how fast some things have gone up. And when you look at wheat, it's only gone up sort of 50%, when some things have gone up 400–500%. So as far as I can see, the top joke yesterday was Adam Southern that said the biggest joke is the fuel prices and this government with 88 likes. Anyway, if anyone wants to have a bit of a check to see whether that was the top one, but I think it was. There was a couple at 62 as well or something like that, which was a bit of a draw for second place. Anyway, if that's correct, then I'll sort it out, getting Adam's address and sending him a hat. So thanks for that yesterday. That is probably all we've got time for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want a hat, there's a link below. And there's a few still left, and hopefully there's going to be more merchandise coming soon if you so want it. So I'll see you all tomorrow and we can get some more work done and hopefully no breakdowns.